Welcome to Vlogmas day 23. It is so dark today. It looks like I'm filming really late, but it's not. It's like midday. But basically today, if you're wondering why I have such a full face of makeup on and I also have my Grinch jumper on again, it's because I wanted to get an Instagram picture, but it just wasn't really working for me. I'm going to try and do it again later when my mum's back, because I needed to take it for me. But I was just like, do you know what? It's not working. I'll leave it for the minute. But I'm just hoping having a full face of makeup on will just give me some kind of motivation and more energy to feel better, because whenever I don't feel well and I have like more makeup on, I feel more like put together and like I kind of have a bit more energy. But today is going to be a day of festive baking. My mum's popped out to do some errands, but when she gets back we are going to be making a gingerbread house, and it is this one here. It is the Tesco's free from milk, wheat and gluten gingerbread house kit, and we have never made a gingerbread house before, not even like put one together, and this is actually like making it. Obviously they give you a lot of the stuff, but we've got to like mix all the ingredients together and add other ingredients and then actually assemble it and then decorate it, so that should be interesting. But first I am going to bake some mince pies. I usually do all like my Christmas baking on Christmas Eve, but I always give myself like too much to do on Christmas Eve, and then I end up not being able to kind of like relax and enjoy it because I'm rushing around so much. So this year I've decided to do some of my baking today. I don't actually eat mince pies, but all my family like them, so I like to make them for them. So yeah, I'm gonna make some mince pies now. When I say make mince pies, I'm not like making the pastry from scratch because I don't eat them, and also I can't eat normal pastry anyway. It is just the trusty Just Roll short crust pastry sheet, ready rolled, a lot easier. Like, but they're just such a nice thing to do, and I still think they taste nicer than the ones like in a shop, just because they're like fresh and I don't know. Well, that's what my family says. Like I said, I don't eat them, so I don't really know. Let the mince pie making begin. Feeling a bit sorry for myself because I've got such a bad headache, but I just opened today's Thornton's Advent calendar and this is my favourite one, and I've only had it once in December, whereas a lot of the others I've had like 4 or 5 times, so yeah, it's a good omen, my mum said. It is time for us to attempt to make a gingerbread house. Yay! Oh, ouch, the serrated edge just tapped me. Cooking's all about being, no, baking's all about being precise, and I'm the least precise person ever when it comes to things. I like freestyling.
Slightly shortened, that's what we're doing.
Not sure what happened to the camera there, but here we have our lovely Shapes Choosers stencil. At the moment it seems like it's really easy. Definitely it's not going to be. I know, it seems too good to be true. Right, okay. And what did it say? I feel like I have to keep reading the instructions like continuously.
Put them up there.
Yeah, well, I can't see that far away. I'm blind. Did I tell you my driving test? I couldn't really see the number plate. I think I said it wrong and you went, what? And you went, oh yeah, that's fine. I think I said like, you know how it's like numbers and letters? I think I said an O instead of like a 0. Oh. Or like a 0 instead of an O. I think he was like, oh, she can see, she's just nervous, but I was like... Carefully unfold the box, pastry over the templates and cut out printed using stencil. I have cut up the shapes needed for my gingerbread house. Not sure how accurate they are, so hopefully they're okay, but I've got a cute little gingerbread man. Okay. Now on to melting the golden syrup and the butter. So I'm cutting my butter with no measurements, approximately 60 grams of butter, that'll do. And It was also supposed to be unsalted, but we have normal butter, so might be a bit salty our gingerbread. Right, and how much golden syrup? We need 5 tablespoons. Let's measure it out with the dessert spoon in a bit. Now adding my, well not adding, I'm putting my gingerbread mix into the bowl, and then I'm going to add the butter and golden syrup, and the butter currently isn't melted.
Get rolling.
We are now ready to roll out our gingerbread. Our shapes have all been made, and poor little gingerbread look a little bit questionable, but they are ready to go in the oven. And we've even got a little bit left over, so I'm gonna make little mini biscuits. Stage 1 is complete. Now for the trickiest bit, we need to try and assemble, why are these cupboards open? We need to try and assemble the entire gingerbread house together. And in the meantime, while you're wondering why it's now like dark, we've been letting it cool, and I've been lying down upstairs with a horrific headache. But it's Christmas. I'm committing to Christmas. It did say make sure they were flat.
Oops.
Really? We should have something to stand in, shouldn't we?
There could be lots of icing left.
Mum, there's loads.
Okay,
like,
so
loads,
you've done
loads,
that.
loads. There's like loads in here. I barely even touched it. I've not even squeezed it yet. Right. So can you hold that one then? How's one person supposed to do this? This is ridiculous. And how is this to the other bit now? And the triangle and along. I'm confused. That corner there, we need to tip it upright, hold it upright. That's still not upright, it's downwards. Okay. It's supposed to be like, what's the shape? This is,
Yeah, look.
this doesn't seem tall enough. Can you help me? It's not staying.
You know why? Because it says, doesn't it? If they're not exactly the right.
They are the right shape. Right, we just need to.
So basically, that needs to be slotted in there. Yeah.
Right, we've managed to balance it at some level. We're working out which side is the nicest to put the door on. That side's flatter. Which on the other side? Maybe this side.
Yeah.
And our gingerbread house is complete. I think it's cute. It's very rustic. The sides don't match up exactly, but I've just put little mini marshmallows around the side, which I think looks cool. And I love our little gingerbread men. And yeah, it's not perfect because you have to be so precise with like the measurements, but I think it's cute. And I've also got an extra little mini gingerbread man, which I'm going to give to Bradley as a little stocking filler Christmas present. Isn't he lucky? So if you can't see me, it's like really dark, and I'm well aware that my lipstick has pretty much entirely come off my lips, but I have just been wrapping the last of my Christmas presents and I'm nearly done. I just kind of want to add some like ribbons and stuff like that to them, and I'm actually feeling a lot better finally. I think partly my body just knows Christmas is coming, it's just kind of like sorting itself out. But while I've been wrapping up presents, I have been watching Elf, which is one of my favourite Christmas films. And I realised that the last time I actually watched it, it was in November. So I was like, I need to watch it before Christmas. But I've just been wrapping all my presents up. I've been using this paper from Tiger, which I really, really like. It's got these really cute candy canes on it, and it was only £1 for a 2-metre roll, which I thought was decent. I have used up the roll, so I've had to dig into like a little bit of other paper for one present, annoyingly. But I just didn't have a chance to get any more. But no, I really like this paper. And me and Bradley do our presents on Christmas Eve because I don't see him on Christmas Day. And previously I've kind of done a stocking for some like silly little bits and bobs, but this year I decided to do like a little Christmas Eve box. And this box is actually from Poundland, and I think it's so cute. So I've got some like little bits and bobs in there, which I think are really nice. And I'm also now, while I add some little like bits and bobs to my presents, just making some dinner.